Yeah, yo, sometimes you gotta go to war for what you believe in. Sometimes you gotta go to war for what it is that you want, what you see that's right. I'm about to go to war, but lyrically. War cry, baby. Yeah. Hey yo, war cries echoes in the background. That's the sound of soldiers getting ripped up and tore down. Lyrically dismantle metaphors and manhandle. Marauder with
All right.
Welcome back to another episode of Impose My Will. I'm your host and brother, Ramone. With me, I got my bro, Joe. Joe, how you feeling? How you doing?
Man, I'm feeling good today, bro. Been tired,
Awesome.
but I'm good.
Word. You work hard, so I get it. I definitely get it,
Yes,
man.
sir.
For sure, man. Listen, we got a wonderful show for y'all today. Back with some dope boxing news. Real quick, just want to give a shout out on something that we got coming up. September 21st, Lockport, New York. Down at the gym, my brother Joe Taylor, he has the USA Amateur Boxing event going on. Impose My Will Productions will be officially in the building, doing interviews, talking with the fighters, mingling with the people. So if you are locally in Western New York, you want to come check us out. More specifically, come check out your local fighters and your local athletes and root them on. But we will be in the building officially on the 21st. Please reach out to the legend himself, Joe Taylor, for tickets and time information. Hope to see y'all there, man. If y'all in West New York, it would be really dope to see some of y'all and see some faces, man, and really get it popping for our region out here, man. So just wanted to plug that. Please like, subscribe, share the podcast.
Yes, sir.
We are on Facebook, Instagram, also on X. We got to step up our interactions on X a little bit. I'll be forgetting that we even got that joint, to be very honest with you.
Yeah,
But
I gotta check that joint out because I know it was some funkiness that was going on. I couldn't get
was it
back in.
okay? Okay,
Yeah.
so don't even go on. Yeah, we'll
Right.
let y'all know when to go on. Just check us on Facebook and Instagram for right now, man. Joe, man. So it's been a lot of things going on in
Yes.
boxing. I've seen many new pound for pound lists. There's been a lot
Mm-hmm.
of just news jumping out everywhere, right?
Right.
So what I would like to first do, because it's so recent, is kind of talk about the Virgil Ortiz versus Serhai Bohachuk. I believe that's how you pronounce his
Yeah.
name. That fight that just happened last Saturday. We don't have to go through the whole card, but definitely we want to touch on that fight, man. First and foremost, I want to say congratulations to Virgil Ortiz for the win. Controversial,
Yeah, big
kind of. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Big
Controversial,
controversy.
kind of. But I want to get your thoughts and your feelings on the fight in general, man.
Man, first of all, it's a hell of a fight. Before I get in and being a stone cold critic on this one, a hell of a fight.
Yeah,
Um, we saw them both getting busy. It looked like Virgil's nose was broken in the early in the fight too, second round,
yeah, yeah.
and he just kept on coming back, man. Boychuk, I think he had a lot of people sleeping on him,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
honestly, I think Boychuk got robbed. You know,
Mm,
I honestly think Boychuk got robbed, but
mm,
once the big thing, it went to the copy box. When you
right.
look at that, and the judges was on point.
Yeah,
When I heard a few people talk about it, I was like, yo, let me go take a look at this. So when I looked
right,
at the scorecard as far as punches, total punches, and everything, he was on. They was on point. But
right.
the one thing that really had me concerned, it was just like when you was watching the fight,
Mm,
Virgil wasn't catching him with clean punches.
true.
Boychuk punches was clean,
Hmm.
which is what caused a lot of the damage. But
Yep.
even though Virgil stayed applying pressure, he applied pressure throughout the whole fight.
Mm,
Um, with the knockdowns that looked like slips, your glove touched the mat, that's knockdown.
right,
He got back up and then he came right back at him. But those punches was not clean at
right,
all.
right.
Yet Boychuk had less punches, and they was clean though.
Right.
So when you start to weigh things out, what are you seeing? So I hope this actually goes back to where Borachuck could get the rematch on this. But
Right.
yeah, I'm leaning more with Borachuck on this fight, man. Like I don't like what the judge has been doing, but
Yeah.
according to the copy box, I guess they was on point. So
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you on that, man. I think there's been a lot of contention with the judging lately. Well, for a long time, but definitely lately. Um, a lot of people have not been happy, including not only just the boxers but the promoters. It's been a lot of stuff. This fight, man. So if we're looking at the official decision, it was a majority decision. One judge gave it 113, 113. And then the other two judges scored it 114, 112. But the interesting thing is this: um, Virgil dropped Boachuk twice. In my
yep,
opinion, it was twice, right? I know
it
officially
was
it was
twice.
only once. It was
No,
twice.
no, no. They in the fifth round they went back and they gave it to him.
Did they really?
Yeah, so
Okay.
those
Okay.
two counted.
Okay.
They counted.
I missed that because I know. Well, yeah, you're right because they went back and
Yeah, that was the fifth
and
round. They did that.
yeah they did the replays and confirmed that the punch landed and that
Mm-hmm.
he fell that he got dropped. So it's controversial, but all in all, it was a fire fight, man. It might have
Yeah,
been it might be my fight of the year thus far. The year was it's not over yet, but yo,
agreeable.
crazy. I mean, it was one of those in the phone booth action packed, fighting right in the middle of the ring. The majority of the match, Boachuk, I think, was getting off early. Of course, he dropped him twice. I think
Mm-hmm.
later in the round, I think Virgil Ortiz started mounting a comeback. I don't know if that comeback was good enough to win the fight personally. But I thought all in all, it was a crazy fight, man. And on the flip side, Your Highness Turkey Al Sheik is calling for a rematch. He would want. He said he would like a rematch. I don't. I think calling for it might be the wrong words. Forgive me because I don't know if he's calling for it, but I know he was saying that.
Questing.
Yeah, he's requesting.
Demanding.
Right. That's definitely a better word. That he's requesting a rematch. I think fights like that deserve rematches.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think fights like that deserve rematches. Um, for a couple of reasons. One, neither one of them, well, probably more so Virgil Ortiz, probably didn't expect that fight to be that difficult. Um,
Nah.
yeah. So with that happening and Boachuk having that kind of performance, I feel like he deserves a rematch, right? Because the A side is going in thinking that let's get let's do this, let's get him done. We moving on to bigger and better. But the B side comes through and really kind of stuns everybody. And I think in those cases you earn a rematch. I understand there might not be a rematch clause, or you already. And a lot of times they be having stuff already, the next thing already lined up before the fight is even over. We see that all the time.
Mhm.
Um, but man, he did his thing, man. He did his thing
Yeah.
to me. Did his thing to
He,
me.
he did. He did. I give it to him. I
Yeah,
know. I know. Vegas too would have been hurt if
yeah,
he
yeah,
would have had Borachuck and it would have went that way. Because I think Virgil Ortiz was negative 700 for to win that fight.
yeah. He was. Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, interesting. They got to have that ran back, man. Just
They
because
do.
with the controversy or
Hmm.
whatever, you seen it on. Everybody's like, "Come on, man!" And like, boy,
Yeah,
Chuck didn't even
yeah,
look phased to that fight, bro. It was many rounds where I'm looking at the
yeah.
dude and he's smiling in his face, like,
I agree.
I ate that, bro.
Right, right.
Like you ain't hitting me. I ate that.
Right,
Come on.
right.
Oh, you thought I was a
For
pushover?
real.
Eat this.
Yep.
But yeah, hell of a fight, man. Hell of a
Hell of a
fight.
fight, man. Again, might be my fight of the year. If I sit back and think about it, I'm
Yes,
pretty sure it's probably my fight of the year.
it's definitely up
Oh,
there.
for sure. Yeah, it's definitely
Mm.
up there, man. It's interesting. Gabriella Fundora fought on that card too. Sebastian Fundora's
Yeah.
sister.
Hmm.
And she pitched a shutout, bro. Like she
Oh, word? I didn't
yeah,
see that fight. I
yeah.
caught like the tail end of it. Mm.
Yeah. She fought. Her name is Daniela Asino, or I believe that's how you pronounce the last name. Asino.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, she pitched a shutout, bro. It was easy breezy for her. Um, so that was a good fight. The undercard had a couple of decent fights on it.
Mm.
But that was one of the standouts for me, man. She just just walk through this chick, man. So it was
Oh
really
wow.
crazy. Yep. Yeah, man. What's next for you? Actually, real quick, we got to talk about it. The news about Terrence Crawford.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
The vacate, the
Yes. Yeah.
vacation.
It- the vacate that they kind of was pressing him about anyway.
Right, right.
Um, he vacated the WBO welterweight. Now he has, if I'm not mistaken, he's still holding on to maybe one more belt at this point, if I'm not mistaken,
Is,
or is it two?
did they have him vacate the WBA too?
I
That's
think
good.
so, but don't quote me. I got to go back and check. You always hear about the vacate this and the vacate that, and
Right.
sometimes I don't even pay attention because he's not in that weight class. He's not in welterweight, and
No.
I think after him winning a belt at 154, he ain't got no plans on going back to welterweight anyways. So that's why I hear it, but I don't necessarily retain the information like that because it's
True.
like it ain't like he about to go back there and fight Boots or something. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Brian Norman Jr. Was elevated to full titleist for WBO
Right.
um, from him vacating it. So there's a little movement. There's going to be some movement down the welterweight with those belts up for grabs, but it looks like Bud is fully at 154 and I would say 154 and up at this point.
Hmm.
Um, I know his goal is to one of his goals to unify 154.
Yeah.
But if the price is right, he'll jump up. He basically said that too. You know what I'm saying?
True.
What's your
But
thoughts on?
that's like the whole jumping up thing, man, is like I get it. I think he has the ability to do it, but eventually, like I said, those eventually he's just gonna have to be that technician the
Right,
further you go up. Because I don't think his punches is gonna be able to, saying hold as much power and effect like it does now,
right,
at 154 and below.
right,
So you're not gonna see him knocking people out like that unless he just got somebody who ain't got no jaw or whatever.
right.
But he's
Yeah,
gonna when you look at who he's gonna be going for the Canelos, the big dogs or
yeah,
whatever. But
yep,
we'll see. We'll definitely see. As far as him vacating the belt,
yeah,
I ain't even really thinking about Crawford on that aspect because we already know what he wants. You know what I'm
right.
saying, as true like boxing fans. But what I like about that is what it's going to create beneath or whatever. Because who got the belt now? I forget dude's name, but him and Boots going at it would be a hell of a fight. But he's going to
Mhm.
have to prove, that he deserves that belt, and
Right.
you know he got skills, bro.
Yeah,
And I want to see who they're going to actually put him with. So it's going to be a
yeah.
toss up as far as what happens now with that.
I agree, man. I think that at this point in Boots' career, um, one, he's looking for bigger paydays for sure.
Hmm.
And that's because he's done so much. You know what I'm saying? He's a multi-divisional champion, unified champion. Um, but I know he probably feels like this, and a lot of other boxing pundits feel like this, is that he's not super popular, right?
Right.
So now that he's gained a bunch of popularity, and I think a lot of his newfound fame is based on his performance against Spence, and Spence being such a hugely popular person, and people in the world got to see just who Bud was in that fight. It's time to
Hmm.
capitalize on that. And he's what 37 going on 38 or yeah, close to 38. So
Yeah,
now he's
Bud is actually up there.
yeah. So his he's in the winters of his career. He's pretty much almost done. As a matter of fact, on I think it was on the Porterway podcast, they were talking about like kind of what fight would he go out with a bang, and it kind of sounded like the Canelo fight. If he got the Canelo fight, everything else is kind of null and void. He would get the money that he was looking for. He'll get the
Hmm.
fame that he's looking for. He's already going into the hall. He's already a Hall of Famer. If
Right.
he was to get that fight, win, lose, or draw, I'm done. It's because there's nothing else higher than that you can achieve in the sport as of right
Mm-hmm.
now, right?
Yep.
So I think that he's again looking for the big fights. And if he got to move up a couple of weight classes, he'll do it. I think we're getting ready to see the end of Bud Crawford's boxing career shortly. Probably, I would say, realistically, no more than 2 years, and then within 2 years, you know, he should be able to fight twice a year. So
Yeah.
within, so
Yeah.
within,
I don't think he
yeah,
would want to fight once a year.
no, I would hate for him to fight once a year. It happens, negotiations
Right.
can be crazy, but if we're just, just being generous, fight 4 times in the next 2 years. So one or two things can happen. He can, that's enough time to unify, enough time to get those fights to unify, and that's
Mm.
enough time to fight somebody a step below Canelo and then Canelo, right?
Right.
It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy we even talking about this, man, because at one point, man, I wouldn't even entertain this conversation about him going up to fight Canelo. I was telling people they sounded stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but
But
now it's
like I
now
said, the
it's
man
not so
is
stupid.
no. It's
Yeah,
like first of all, like the man is skilled. Like
yeah,
he's not.
yeah,
I know a lot of people. Like you're a Spence fan,
yeah,
and you know what I'm saying. I'm a Spence
yeah,
fan too,
for sure.
but you can't deny Bud
No,
Crawford and his
no,
skills, bro.
no.
Like you really can't. And it's
He's
like,
pound for pound the best boxer in the world to me right now.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He's.
Yeah,
I was give him that pound for
yeah,
pound best boxer,
yeah, yeah.
but as far as him going up, it
Mm,
shows you the dog and
mm,
the grit and the competitiveness that's within him. You know what I
right,
mean? Which
right.
is dangerous, but a lot of those fighters had it. You look at Roy Jones,
Mm-hmm,
he had it. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? You look at Tyson, he had it. They
mm-hmm.
was really willing to fight whoever,
Yeah,
whenever. But like you said, man, going up sometimes, we've seen it with Roy Jones. The heavier you get, the harder it becomes. The bigger they come, the harder they fall. So it's
absolutely,
like, I
absolutely.
mean, that'd be interesting. But yeah, he could go out at any time, and he could
Yeah,
go out possibly undefeated.
it's looking like it.
Yeah.
It's looking like it. It's just going to be dependent on who his next couple opponents are going to be.
Hmm.
Um, so we shall see. We shall see what happens with his career. I think there'll be some announcements probably early fall. We'll see what he's going to have lined up because the goal was to get him back in the ring, from my understanding, by what, November it was or something like that.
Yeah, they look to try to put that into the year fight.
Right, 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 right. So I
Hmm.
think I think we'll hear something soon. Uh, if we talk in November, I'm thinking like September-ish. We should start hearing some information start to fly around about
Yeah,
who his potential next opponent is, where, so on and so forth. You know how Turkey is, man. Turkey, it sounds like he be lining stuff up so crazy that these things be already done or in the works. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So
true. Some things
yeah,
might be slowing down. I don't know.
yeah,
Turkey, Turkey
yeah,
causing some drama. It seemed like.
yeah, and yeah, you're right. With that drama, it's making certain boxers apprehensive to want to work with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Tim Zoo kind of spilled the beans on that.
yeah,
We heard Bud talking about it on the Porterway podcast, but
mm,
Tim Zoo just recently kind of like spoke on it. And the one thing that I'm seeing, the
mm,
fighters that is like, Turkey, like, yeah, 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 we riding with Turkey. A
mm,
lot of these fighters, when you look at the difference of the ones who saying no and the one who's saying yay,
yeah,
these fighters are the fighters that are struggling to get those good fights.
yeah,
And then
mm,
the other fighters over here, they got the bag already.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, so it's a distinct difference in between the ones who is kind of happy with Turkey and the ones who is not happy with Turkey.
right,
And some of the language that's been coming out recently, you kind of see it. And I guess Turkey been having some frustrations because, he
yeah,
kind of wanted his way
yeah,
and
yeah,
his way only because he got the bag. And when
yeah,
guys say no or And Tim Zukase tell you, hey, talk with my team. I got a team here. And
Yeah.
he don't like that. And
Yeah.
I guess that was the issue with Canelo, where he just texts Canelo and I mean, it's like, yo, you gotta wait, bro.
Yeah,
And
I
you
saw that.
already know Tank ain't having that. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
Tank
I
ain't
mean?
having that.
Like Tank is his own boss.
I
And then you
think I,
got Al Heyman behind those guys too. So
that's what I was. That's what I was going to bring up. Like with those guys, like it's a little different because these dudes at the top of the food chain in their respective
yeah,
promotions. You know what I'm saying? Like what you offering these guys? Yes, the bag might be great, right? What you gave Deontay, what you gave these guys might have been a great bag, but they're gonna ask for double and triple because again they don't need you. They don't need you. I understand that he came through, he's shaking stuff up, he's putting on amazing cards, but at the end of the day, Tank doesn't necessarily need your services. Canelo doesn't need your services. You know what I'm saying? It's a few people who absolutely don't need your services because they're gonna do the numbers without you. You just got here. So they're gonna do the numbers without you. So when we hear these outlandish numbers coming from Canelo, I'm not even really mad at Canelo for throwing these outlandish numbers. Yes, I know it's a tactic to push away,
I
right?
think he was clowning. Yeah, I think he
He
was
was, yeah,
clowning just to be
clowning and
like,
push him away, because I know he asked for a crazy number and
mm-hmm.
he basically there was like an agreement for it, but then he turned around and asked for an even crazier number.
Right,
But because he is who he is, right? They said the same thing about Floyd. And I'm not in any way, shape, or form comparing them, especially uh, athletically or anything like that. But I am comparing them based on the quote unquote face of the sport, face of boxing, right?
right.
So it was times when Floyd was, you know, talking about money and doing things with money, and people thought he was outlandish and crazy, and he ended up getting that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He ended up getting all of it. Canelo is in a position where he can say these outlandish stuff and not really be ridiculed about it too much because, in my opinion, he is the face of boxing. In my
right.
personal
That's
opinion,
true.
some people might
Mm-hmm.
say Tank, some people might say blah 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 blah. Really, between him and Tank at this point, but the the checks that he already got, the paydays that he already got, suggest that he can ask for whatever he wants. Right? Again,
Yeah.
I know these is star tactics. I get it. But he's in a position to do that kind of thing. You
Oh
know,
yeah, 100%.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
especially you got to think too, like how you was just describing into
yeah.
between Canelo and Tank.
Yeah.
Like they're both ideal. You might as well say they're both the face of boxing
Sure, sure,
because
sure.
Canelo's in a whole world of his own with the Mexican population when it comes to boxing
Yeah,
or whatever. You
I would
have
say
a
I would
whole
say Spanish in
country.
general. I would
Yeah,
say
just Spanish,
yeah, the
100%.
Latin, the Latin and the Latino community in general. Yeah,
Exactly. And then, boxing is so big in Mexico or
yeah,
whatever. Like, he's the face of Mexico when it comes to sports.
yeah.
So it's like, I mean? No, he don't need you. He don't need Turkey.
No,
You know what I
no,
mean? So, yeah,
no.
he's good. And plus, he got all the good endorsements and everything else, too.
Yeah,
He don't need it. And then Tank, you already know everybody's coming to watch.
for
Everybody want
sure.
to see the knockout or whatever
Everybody want to
because
see the
that's what
knockout.
they want to see in boxing.
Yep,
So you're going to watch the Tank fights.
yep, yep.
They
And you
don't
saw
need
how
they don't need
crazy.
Turkey.
No, and Canelo's last event was in his hometown, Guadalajara.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy ticket sales, pay-per-views.
Yeah, that
I
stadium
mean,
was nuts, bro.
yeah, that stadium was nuts. That stadium was crazy. I will one day, right? But
Yeah.
I think we both made some really good points when it comes to that and what Turkey is doing. Speaking of Turkey, right? So our boy Devin Haney is signaling his return back to the ring, right? And so he was on X. He had tweeted out something on X, and Turkey responded, and Turkey was saying, "Deliver the job, champ." That was his text to him, or his whatever you want to
Mm-hmm.
call it, tweet X to him, whatever.
Right.
Basically, essentially, you know, inviting him to Riyadh to do something. And Haney
Mm-hmm.
replied, he said, I would say the comeback, but I never left. See you soon, brother. So with that kind of response, sounds like something might be cooking.
It could be. It could
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
I,
It could be cooking.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the way he was at the fight, the Riyadh season,
yeah.
he was definitely, what I'm saying, he came to be seen
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, and he was out there, looking comfortably ready to go. You know what I'm saying? He got the jewelry on and stuff. He was
Yeah,
looking like he was back on the scene.
right, right. He
So
was back. Yep,
yeah,
yep,
so I'm,
yep.
I'm ready to see him jump back in it, man. Especially
Mm-hmm.
before the end of the year. It'd be nice to definitely see him hop in the ring um, towards the end of the year. They're talking about, you already know, Ala Sheik is already working on that next card for Bud.
Right.
So, and he did mention before to have a Mexican versus the United States card. So,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be kind of dope if you get him on that same card do it with Bud this time, do it with
Yeah,
Devin Haney.
yeah.
Um, and who else? Whoever other fighters is available to go. Look like it's going to be potentially Shakur. You
Right,
know,
right,
or
right.
potentially Bud could be not Bud, but Boots could be on that card.
Boots. Yeah,
So
yeah. If you're gonna do a versus this versus that, you gotta line them up. Like, ain't really no like main event. All of these are main events. You know what I'm saying? Just like
mhm,
the December card, the heavyweight card. Like all of
yeah,
those could have been main event heavyweight fights. You know what I'm saying? So I would
exactly.
assume that would be the same. Line them up. Get Boots, get Bud,
Mhm,
get everybody. Line them up against Mexico's best. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
and let them go. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I would like to see Devin before the end of the year. I think also a good solid fight and a win would do great for his psyche.
Oh
Um,
hell yeah.
yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
after the whole Ryan Garcia thing, you could I saw a broken fighter.
Oh yeah,
I
100%.
saw I saw a broken fighter. I saw a fighter that was you know that was beaten and battered, but also his spirit was broken a little bit. And then on top of that, you know,
He looked like a poor sport though too after that, bro. Like
sure, 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 sure,
with the
sure.
way how he was, commenting on all
Yeah,
the doping and all that other stuff.
yeah,
It's just like, all right, dude, stop whining. Like,
yeah.
you
But
lost. Let
that's
the
what they
stuff play
do.
out.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what they scientifically speaking, all the information that's come out, we know that, the doping really didn't play a role in his
No.
actual performance. You just got beat real bad.
Yeah, it
But
was
to
a
save
distraction.
face, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But to save face, you got to say, oh, you're dope. You pop dirty, which is true, but you pop dirty, and that's the reason why you beat me, and that's the reason why you did this and did that. But
Yeah,
we know this. The science shows that's not the case. You just got beat.
exactly.
Excuse me. So yeah, it'll do wonders for him. I think it'll do great for his psyche.
Hmm.
It'll get some of that rush. When we saw him at the LA at the Bud card, he had put on weight. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Excuse me.
Hmm.
So just getting back in the gym, getting back in fight condition, I think all of that's going to be great for him.
Right.
Yeah, I think all that's going to be great for him. What else is on your mind, champ?
Ah man, what else we got going on out here?
Oh, real quick,
I guess. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to talk about switching it over to our ladies and our women because we ain't sexist over here, man. We love the sport. We love boxing, whether it be male or
True
female.
that.
um, Queen Alicia Baumgartner is making a return back to the ring. I'm sorry, September 27th. This
Okay.
this card is in Atlanta, Georgia. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, yeah, and it's
September
presented
27th.
the 27th. Yep, 27th. Um, Atlanta. This is by Brinks TV. It presents "Hit Like a Girl, Fight Like a Champion" card. So the cool thing about this card is that this they had the largest purse bid in WBC women's boxing history
Oh
for this particular fight. She's
wow.
fighting I believe you pronounce it Delphine or Delphani uh Persoon. So she's a beast. I think she's number one on all 4 sanctioning bodies as of right now. Her only last 2 losses was to Katie Taylor. Was the loss that was real close the first time, and then the rematch that she lost. But besides that, she's been on a tear. She's been on a straight
Okay.
up tear. So this is going to be a really good test, I think, for Alicia Baumgartner, who's been out for a little bit. Also, I don't see Tony Harrison nowhere around her lately. None of the clips.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
None of the clips. You know, the training montages that she got out there, the commercials that they just recently did, her doing
That's
pad
true.
work and all that stuff. I don't see Tony. And they fighting in Atlanta. They ain't in Detroit. She fought in Detroit last
That's
time.
true. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's trying to step away, step away.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what even
Yeah.
like I peeped that even earlier, even before all this was announced, back when she was doing some earlier clips. Tony Harrison wasn't nowhere, and she was talking about, yeah, I just wanted to go somewhere and training and blah 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 blah. Like Tony Harrison wasn't around, so I don't know if they had a beef or issue or anything like that.
You know what though? Things that got kind of nasty a little while back ago.
Mm.
And I wonder if that kind of kicked it up. Because remember, you had AB and them kind of like talking when they was all on the Twitter and
Yes,
on the
yes,
gram. Kind of everybody was going back and forth. You
yeah,
know, Tank and Clarissa, and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, I mean, so and
yeah.
during that time period, I don't know,
Mm.
maybe she probably felt there. You know, let me back off or
Right,
whatever from the mess and just focus. Because she was still coming off that the doping allegations and everything that she was clear from and
right.
stuff too. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know how
I
it
know it
go.
was a lot. I know it was a lot. She kind of even fell back a little bit
Yeah.
um when she was going through all that. It was dope to see that picture of her, Clarissa. It was her, Clarissa. I want to say it was Amanda Serrano, and also what's my girl name? The heavy hitting diva. The name escapes me right now, but I guess they were all at an event together, and
Oh,
um
nice.
and they all took a picture. You know what I'm saying, showing that camaraderie. And then Amanda Serrano was talking about, like, it don't matter. I'm paraphrasing, but it doesn't matter if she's looked at the best or not. Like her main goal is to um empower women and move female boxing forward. So it was a dope look, man.
Mhm.
And I think it was kind of cool because, like you said, it had got nasty with all AB stuff. Her and Clarissa about to get
Yeah.
into it multiple times, and sometimes you got to slow down and be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm here,
Mhm.
for different goals, for different reasons, not
Yeah.
necessarily for this. So maybe
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
a
she
dope
did.
time in female boxing though right now because
Nah,
like
yeah,
even if say if she did leave to go like to Atlanta to make Atlanta her new hub for boxing. One,
right, right,
that's a great market for her to go to.
sure,
For Atlanta to like open up the doors for boxing, I
yeah,
think that would be dope,
yeah,
especially with females boxing.
yeah,
One, she's going to have a large female support down there,
yeah.
and then on top of it too, it's money. It's a market, a
Some
brand
more.
new market for her to tap in or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. She also has the modeling look, where the fashion, that type of scene, the glitz
Mm-hmm.
and the glamour in Atlanta. That would be a move.
Yeah,
That I would think honestly be a smart move to make or
I
whatever for
agree.
her to do. So.
Yeah, I think though. See, all of her training and all this stuff actually hasn't been in Atlanta. The fight is just in Atlanta. It's been in Vegas, is where she's been doing all her stuff
Yeah,
at
she
lately.
been doing a lot of training there.
Yeah, yeah. This new commercial that just came out, I want to say it was either today, yesterday, whatever the case may be. It was in Vegas
Mm.
as well. So that makes me think, who you out there in Vegas training with? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know. I want
Could
to
be
know who the
anybody,
trainer
man.
is. Could be
Right.
anybody. Could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, who
And you
knows?
gotta
But
think too. Everybody, will leave and normally go to Vegas
right,
to start their camp. So
start their camps.
yeah.
Yeah. So interesting. A lot of questions around what she got going on. But all in all, we know that she getting ready to get back in this ring very soon and put on
Hmm.
for us. She always does the dope interest walks and ring walks and stuff like that. And I just want to see her get back to it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
shout out
definitely.
to the bomb. Word, word, word.
Yeah. That
Anything
one
else,
actually
man?
would be a good one to actually go check out too, to be honest
That
with
wouldn't be
you.
that wouldn't be bad, man.
In
That would not
Atlanta,
be,
yo.
yeah, to see her come
Mm-hmm.
back and get crazy and defend her title. That would be fire. That would be a dope.
Is that the Mercedes Benz Arena?
I don't know exactly where it is. I'll let me
Oh,
see if I could tell you. I think it just said Atlanta, but I'm not sure exactly where. I would assume so. But let's see. So it says it's going to be at. Hold on, I got the fizz on. It's going to
from what I'm
be,
saying, it
yeah,
don't say exactly
it
where
does.
yet.
Lux Stage, Lux Stage at uh Trilith Studios Atlanta. I think that's what it is.
Oh, mm-hmm.
It's a dope looking arena. No, that's not it. That can't be it. Can't be it. I don't know, but
We'll find out.
we'll
We have to
find out.
come
Yeah,
back on that one. Yeah.
not a big
But
deal. We'll
sometimes when they do that, they don't normally have the location straight set all the way. But you would think by
yeah,
now
yeah,
they would have exactly where they're having it at.
yeah. Sometimes it'd be 4 weeks out when they get it actually set. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'd be close.
Right.
They'd be close.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's what it is, man. Yeah, man. So we could talk forever. You know what I'm saying? It's so much to talk about in boxing. Real quick, um, we got Israel Adesanya has his fight coming up this Saturday. One thing
Yes.
y'all probably haven't heard us talk about was MMA, but we do mess with MMA, and we will be talking about MMA. We'll probably be talking about that fight after the fact, and then we'll also be talking about John Jones' upcoming fight against Stipe, where now John Jones is saying that a win against Stipe, he's going to call it a career, which I think actually I think it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea, as a matter of
Yeah.
fact.
About that time.
He's achieved everything. He is the greatest MMA fighter um, in history, and um,
Mm-hmm.
and he and him like other people have moved up to heavyweight, right?
Yeah.
And so you know
But he just kind of like filled out his body, bro. Like
he
he
got
was a
big.
big dude to begin with.
He was a big dude to begin
Yeah, I
with.
mean, and
Yeah,
then saying he started off young. So when you look
yeah,
at that growth, like he kind of really just filled out,
hmm
and he did it over time in a good way too. Like,
yeah.
you got to tip your hats off when you talk about John Jones,
You
man.
do.
Like,
You do. A lot of
hmm
people try to discredit him for the drugs and the behavior and
yeah,
all that different stuff. But when John Jones is in that octagon, it's magic. It's pure magic.
oh
The
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
that he can do, other people can't do, and the way he did it,
nah,
and not even and not just the octagon, but if you ever just seen him in wrestling tournaments, BJJ tournaments, like you don't be losing, you be killing. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just an all around incredible warrior. And I look past a lot of the stuff that he did. Not saying that he was in the right for any of that stuff, but I judge. I don't know him personally. I only judge what I see in the ring. That's with him. That's with Floyd. Any of those people. I don't know none of these people personally. I'm a fan of your skill sets. I always say that it's about skill sets for me. And when it comes to skill sets, there's been nobody like him. My goat in MMA, of course, is John Jones, but before John Jones was Anderson Silva. I didn't think nobody was gonna do what Anderson did.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
hmm
But John Jones did.
Yeah,
Surpassed
them two dudes right there is legendary, man.
him. Yeah,
Just the striking ability,
yeah,
the focus.
yeah.
They're masters at their craft,
Yep,
literally.
yep,
Like you're literally watching masters.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean the
yep,
moves, the ninja moves, the fighting styles. It's like
yeah.
you know they all study Bruce Lee. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like his work, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
it's like they
yeah.
took that type of passion and they brought it to, and like you said, it's magic when you watch them fight, man. Like even with
Absolutely.
Anderson Silva, watching him fight Izzy,
Yeah,
was just like a beautiful thing.
it
Just
was
to watch
beautiful,
that
beautiful
skill
match.
set. Like I
Yeah,
think that was one of my favorite MMA matches to watch. The
I
one between
agree.
striking.
It was
So
like it was like watching a kung fu movie.
exactly,
It really
100%,
was. It really,
100%.
really was, man. All right, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. Pose My World
Yes,
podcast
sir.
again. Please like, share, subscribe. Listen, even if y'all have suggestions, put them in the comments. You know, we open to everything. Brand new, man. We coming to y'all. We still figuring out. We still learning. We just want to bring y'all great content all the time. So if you have suggestions, if you have constructive criticism, you know, let us know, man. And you know, we rocking with you, man. Pose
That's
My World
right. That's right.
podcast. Peace.
Peace out.